Our next inductee this evening is also in the builder category and has been involved with the game of hockey his whole life. He had a successful career in the NHL. He is currently the chief amateur scout for your Vancouver Canucks and is a tireless advocate for his fellow First Nations people. Please turn your attention to the video screens as we welcome Ron Delorme.
Growing up in Saskatchewan, Ron Delorme excelled on the ice and very quickly became a role model for aspiring First Nations hockey players and athletes. A fierce competitor with a tough-as-nails approach to the game, Delorme was drafted by the Kansas City Scouts in the 5th round of the 1975 NHL entry draft. Nicknamed Chief, it took him a couple of years to make the NHL, and he would play 4 full seasons with the relocated Colorado Rockies, becoming one of head coach Don Cherry's favorite players. Left unprotected in the preseason waiver draft, Delorme was scooped up by the Vancouver Canucks in 1981. And then a year later, he helped them scrap and claw their way to the 1982 Stanley Cup Final. A knee injury would ultimately end his career, but the lessons learned from people like Roger Nielsen helped Delorme transition into the Canucks front office, where he currently holds the title of Chief Amateur Scout. Please welcome into the BC Hockey Hall of Fame the man they call Chief, Ron Delorme.
Joining Ron to make the presentation is Tim Lenardon of the Vancouver Canucks, also joining Ron's grandsons, Hayden, Antoine, and Nolan.
Thank you, and good evening. Glenn, I thank you for those kind words. Thank you very much. When I was told about I was being inducted, I was kind of thinking about what am I going to say, because I'm coming in here as a builder. I thought I was going to get a triple crown because I got inducted last year by Saskatchewan as a player, and I'm going in here as a builder. So about 2 days before the draft, I get a call from Tambellini to congratulate me about BC Hockey Hall of Fame induction. And so, and on that Friday, Lanny McDonald calls me. And the first thing I thought of, when he called me, he says, "Chief, it's Lanny." He says, "I accept." So he brought on there, "Chief, I want to congratulate you." "No, I accept." So anyways, we had a little fun with that. I thought I was going to get a triple crown with my 3rd induction in NHL, but it's not going to happen. Anyways, 38 years I've been with the Canucks, 33 as a scout, and to give you 5 minutes to explain what you've done and everything else. And you know what, I've quite enjoyed my 38 years with the Canucks, and there's so many people that I know here that I've played with, worked with, and I thank you so much for being here. A very special thanks to the BC Hockey Hall of Fame board for selecting me. A huge salute to all this year's inductees, each of whom had made their incredible contributions to the province of BC. We have all come with our own unique experiences. And I feel privileged to be honored with you all. When I was reflecting on this induction, I spent a lot of time thinking about the people that helped me get here. People who played a role in my scouting and hockey career. So many people and friends that have profoundly impacted my life, starting with Mike Penny, who helped me get started in the business by giving me a scouting job in 1986. And when Mike Penny left Vancouver in 2000, he recommended me to Brian Burke, Dave Nonis, and Steve Tambellini to be their head scout. And tonight, many thanks goes to those 4 gentlemen for the wonderful opportunity for showing me tremendous loyalty to me. I'm proud to say that my development as a scout was a direct result of Mike Penny's willingness to act as a mentor to me. When I was trying to put this 5-minute speech together, I was overwhelmed as I reflected on the number of people who have helped my career. And there are many people that were out there that helped me a lot. But 2 people I owe the greatest debt to are Don Cherry and Pat Quinn. Don Cherry, I always knew one thing about Cherry. He believed in what he said, and he made you listen, whether it was good or bad. I know in my heart he made me a better player, a better person, and a person to believe in myself. He's the reason I'm standing here today. Pat Quinn. Pat Quinn was one of those individuals that touched so many people in the game of hockey. There wasn't a better person or teacher. Whether you played for him, worked for him, he was the definition of a great man and a great person. Pat was more than a colleague. He was a father figure to me when I lost mine. I'm so grateful to both these 2 men. I've been inducted here as a builder, and you can build in different ways: coaching, management, or in another off-ice role. And as a builder, I hope that I contributed to the foundation of the game by scouting for the Vancouver Canucks for 33 years. Scouting players is a long, grueling, difficult procedure. It's a process that requires diligence and study. Scouting is a very time and consuming job. It may not always be rewarding. And over my career, I've watched nearly 8,200 games, taking me away from my home 3 weeks per month during the season. To be successful at the job, personal sacrifice must be made. There isn't simply enough time to find an equal balance between the job, personal life, and your family. While I love the friendships I made with my fellow scouts, and 33 years, I must say, to my family, I regret the missed opportunities to enjoy life, as it should have been as a family. To my wife, Joan, and to my son, Blair, and his family, Stacy, Hayden, and Nolan, to my daughter, Leah, Julianne, and Antoine. You are all my true Hall of Famers. You mean everything to me, win or lose. No matter what situation was, you all had been there to support me and throughout my years of foreign and North American travel. It's been an amazing journey for me, amazing. I thank you all for being by my side, especially to my wife, Joan, for allowing me to pursue my dreams and my passions, and understanding when I was missing so many events at home. Joan, you have been an incredible mom. I can't imagine where I'd be without you. I'm so proud to share this honor with you and my family. And I also would like to thank my parents, Tony and Gertrude Delorme. I would not, my mother is in the hospital. She's got pneumonia, so unfortunately can't be here. I would not be where I am today without their unconditional love, support, and encouragement. And what can I say about Vancouver, both as a city and as an organization? The Griffith family had vision. McCaw brought some stability. The Ackley family is doing an incredible job of continuing that legacy today. And to my scouting workmates, for 33 years, I was blessed to scout and work with so many great guys, and 6 of them are here today. Scott Carter, Steve Tambellini, Stan Smeal, Harold Sneps, Glenn Hanlon, and Tim Lenardin. What I remember most about all those years, the family elements that we had as scouts, the emotions that drew us together, the simple joy of hockey and scouting. And I want to thank you all, to every scout that I worked with, for your sacrifices and dedication. Time does not allow me to acknowledge each and every one of my lifelong friends, teammates, alumni, relatives who are all here, but you know who you are. And I thank you all for being here. The general managers that I worked for established the fundamental principles of my existence for 3 decades. And I would say all but one taught me the philosophies of building a team and the meaning of leadership. So tonight I thought, being a native, I would honor 2 of the GMs by giving them Indian names. Aboriginal people have a tradition of giving people Indian names who have impacted their lives in good or bad ways. Spirit animals can symbolize aspects of your personality, skills, or traits. Starting with Brian Burke, so Brian the Wolf Burke. The wolf symbolized an appetite for freedom and living powerfully guided by instincts, but not easily domesticated, just like Brian Burke was or is. Mike Gillis. The Indian name I gave Mike is Chief Walking Eagle. And you probably all want to know how I came to select the Indian name that I gave to Mike. Well, a walking eagle is a bird that's so full of shit it can no longer fly. Mike, Chief Walking Eagle. I hope that my involvement in hockey and for all kids, especially First Nations, has helped grow the game, engage more young people, and extend the reach of our game around British Columbia. I hope I have set the standards that allows the First Nation kids that can all strive to achieve. Thank you again. I've got one from Timmy, Donkey. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.